think I'm about to make a lot of people unhappy. Alright, here we go. Hook and Long Haul. These guys are not Voyager class figures. They're definitely not worth a Commander class price point. Don't get me wrong, I'm not against having a Commander 2-pack. I just want it to be good. There's definitely some things with this set I feel could have been a lot better. For instance, Hook's alt mode is pretty nice looking. I love that the crane can turn around, lift up and down, and extend out. However, I really hate the fact that the hands can be seen from the top and only make up part of the paneling here. I feel that's lazy design as well as the Devastator head here. I understand that the design team did the best they could to integrate as much of Devastator into the individual bots as possible. This is a point that I think they could have skipped. They already made the crest of Devastator as well as his hands separate pieces, so why not just make the head? That would have been just like the original toy. There's space on the underside of the trailer, and there's enough of a gap inside of the chest piece. I really feel it could have fit in here, and I think that would have made this alt mode look a lot cleaner. But it has pin wheels and it rolls pretty well, so I guess that's cool. And then we have Long Haul. I really like the fact that he has some painted engine detailing in here. It's a very nice touch, but it's just kind of boring in a way. I really wish they would have given him some kind of action feature like a dumping bed. But overall, he's just kind of boring. And then we get to the trailer. The hand store on top of it and secure pretty easily to get these really cool missile pods, which I quite like, though I do wish some blast effects would have come with it. The center of the chest tabs to the bottom, and the wings tab onto the side to cover up the sides a little bit. Unfortunately, they kind of like to fall off very easy. The biggest issue with the trailer is the fact that it doesn't like to stay on the hook. You can tab it in here, and it doesn't like to stay on. He pulls okay, but if you move him at all, the trailer's coming off. Transformation for Long Haul is shockingly similar to his original toy, where you just flip the bed down to make the legs, pop the arms out the side, and push the head up. It's really like a 5 to 6 step transformation. Hook can be a bit more complex because you do have to ratchet his legs down and then his feet down to cover that. But his arms pull out the same as his original toy, and then you just shift his back down. These are not overly complex transformations. The engineering that went into these, not much at all. And I really feel there could have been a lot of stuff done to make each figure better. Out of the two figures, I think Long Haul might be the best. I especially love the way there's the detailing inside the ankle and inside the knees. And due to a transformation hinge, you can give him an extra deep knee bend. But what I don't like about him are his arms. The upper arms are okay. They go 360 and they can go out all the way. However, no wrist rotation and a ball jointed elbow on a Commander class figure in 2025. That is a criminal shame. It's terrible. His face looks pretty good from the front, but around back, it's just flat. That's just weird. And then we have Hook, who's not a terrible figure, but I really don't like the painting on his shins. I feel they could have just made them all green and I would have been okay with that. He does get a nice thigh swivel and some good front and back motions. Again, when we get to the arms, just terrible. Still, no wrist rotation on a Voyager class figure. And this elbow just bothers me a lot. Like, it's double jointed, which is nice, but there's just something unsettling about the angle of it. Also, why are these wheels molded right here? I don't think that's needed. Or at least paint them or something. At least do something with something that you mold in. And there's just something about posing him. It just doesn't look good. Both figures come with their guns, and I guess that's a feature now. Hook and Long Haul. Two figures that aren't terrible in their own right, but definitely not worth the hype everyone's putting on them. Long Haul would be an okay Voyager in his own right. And I feel Hook could have been a deluxe, because I'm just not feeling him as a Voyager. Both of these homies suffer from some things that I think this far into the game, we shouldn't be getting. There are some nice points like pinned on wheels and some okay paint matching and paint apps on them. But overall, I'm not feeling this, especially for that new Commander class price. And I know people are going to talk and say that we get this for Devastator. True, that doesn't mean that the bots can't be good within their own right. And I know everyone's going to say too that this is way better than Combiner Wars. But I gotta say, if Combiner Wars was a turd and you just polished that turd a little bit, would you still not have a turd? Anyway, we'll cover Devastator fully assembled when we get to that. For now, this has been the Weekly Transformer. Thank you guys for watching. Appreciate y'all. Stop by for some of our live streams. Shoot us a Gmail at theweeklytransformer@gmail.com. Check us out on the Instagram at _weekly_TF on Instagram. We'll see y'all next time. God bless.